Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Middle River Middle School's Magnet Showcase event. We're glad that you chose to spend a little time with us tonight to learn a little bit more about the Magnet program that we have to offer here at Middle River Middle School. My name is Shannon Parker, and I am the principal at Middle River. And joining me this evening, which you'll meet in just a few moments, are our IB coordinator, Ms. Carrie Schuler, our Magnet coordinator, Ms. Katie Judge. We also have two members from the Office of Magnet Programs within Baltimore County who will be joining us as well and could be available to answer any questions that may come up this evening. As we proceed through our presentation this evening, I encourage you to place some questions in the chat. We are able to see the chat behind the scenes and we are able to see the questions that pop up. And we do have some time built in our presentation to answer some of those questions. So let's get started to learn a little bit more about Middle River. Middle River is located in the southeastern part of Baltimore County. We are a candidate school for the International Baccalaureate program. We are seeking authorization through the IB this school year. So we are looking forward to becoming an authorized IB school. We offer the IB MYP, which stands for the Middle Years Program. This framework is infused into all of our classes here at Middle River. One thing that we would like everyone to understand is we are considered what is called a whole school magnet. So all of our students that attend our program are considered magnet students. So we do have 50 spots that are available for students who are from outside of our regular boundary zone. And those spots will be eligible for anybody who applies to our magnet program. And the application process will be covered a little bit later in this evening's presentation. But just something to keep in mind is that all students at Middle River are considered magnet students, and all teachers are considered magnet teachers, and all classes are considered magnet classes. So again, we will be accepting applications for incoming 6th grade students for next school year. Each year we offer admittance to 50 additional students into our 50 additional 6th graders into our program. So some quick facts about Middle River. First, we have a student body population right now of 1,137 students. Our students come to us from 32 different elementary schools, and those schools are pretty much from around mostly the east side of the county. When we have 10 natural feeders, but then we open up to the additional schools to offer those programs to us. I'm sorry, okay. Also, we have approximately 85 staff members who are working with our students each and every day. And we have 4 administrators. Each administrator, there's one administrator for each grade level. So those are the administrators that you see on the slide right now. Our vision at Middle River Middle School is to prepare all students to graduate as 21st century learners to become competitive in our tomorrow's global community. Within our vision, we have our mission, which is to provide safe, diverse, and rigorous academic experience for all of our students. As we are preparing for our students for high school, college, and beyond, we would like to make sure that we are promoting those high academic standards through collaborative learning, that we're encouraging appropriate and responsive behaviors, and that all of our students are establishing good values and citizenship. So that's a little bit about our school, just a brief overview of our school and our program. And at this point, I would like to turn it over to our IB coordinator, Ms. Carrie Schuler, who's going to talk a little bit more in depth about the IB program itself.
Good evening, everyone. Like Ms. Parker said, my name is Carrie Schuler. I am the IB coordinator at Middle River Middle School. What that means is that I support all of our students and all of our staff through our process of becoming an IB school. I work very closely with our teachers to develop professional development, as this is our 3rd year in this process. It's also my 3rd year in the role. Previously to this point in my career, I was actually an IB student at Kenwood High School. So I have some IB experience that makes me very passionate about the program and all of the benefits that I can bring to our students. So we're going to take this time now to show you a brief video that will give you an overview of what it means to be an IB student and what it means for our school to be an IB school.
For over 40 years, an international baccalaureate education has been helping people cross the boundaries that separate languages, countries, and cultures. Today, the IB continues that tradition, providing a continuum of international education that features 4 high-quality programs for students from 3 to 19 years old. In a rapidly changing world, IB programs aim to develop intercultural understanding and respect, a mission reflected in 10 core values. The IB Learner Profile describes the attributes of people who are empowered to help create a better and more peaceful world. As IB learners, we strive to be inquirers, curious, enthusiastic, lifelong learners who ask powerful questions. Knowledgeable, exploring locally and globally significant ideas. Thinkers, critical, creative, ethical decision makers. Communicators, good listeners, confident in more than one language. Principled, honest, fair, and responsible. Open-minded, developing critical appreciation for our own cultures and the cultures of others. Caring, committed to service with the community. Risk takers, courageous, resourceful, and resilient. Balanced, focused on well-being for ourselves and those around us. Reflective, thoughtful, realistic, and hopeful for the future. At the heart of an IB education are passionate, lifelong learners who believe that how you learn and why you're learning is as important as what you study in school. Students are at the center of IB programs, internationally minded people who recognize their common humanity and shared guardianship of the planet. An IB education means opportunities to develop healthy relationships, imagination, and ethical reasoning. It means building the confidence and persistence students need to achieve challenging goals. It means learning what it is to be human and how to thrive in a complex world. IB learners work together to turn experience into understanding. As they learn how to learn and how to manage their own learning, IB students are supported by assessment, a variety of strategies through which teachers help them understand how they're doing and how they can keep doing better. An IB education helps students build understanding through inquiry, action, and reflection. Students learn by doing, connecting the classroom with the world beyond. IB programs culminate in exhibitions, projects, and independent research that demonstrate not only what students know, but also what they can do. An IB education creates learning communities in which students can increase their understanding of language and culture, and which can help them to become more globally engaged. Through IB programs, students explore how to face both local and global challenges that involve the environment, development, conflict, rights, cooperation, and governance. The IB's courses and curriculum frameworks are engaging, relevant, challenging, and significant. In IB programs, students learn content that is worth knowing and that can help them make a difference. An IB education spans traditional academic disciplines and pushes students to make connections across many fields of study. IB programs are broad and balanced, conceptual, and connected. Their rigorous models of assessment have earned widespread respect, including recognition of the IB diploma as an international university entrance qualification. The IB represents an independent, worldwide community of educators who are committed to excellence. Thousands of creative IB World schools collaborate to connect high ideals with the day-to-day details of teaching and learning. They hold each other mutually accountable to standards and practices that define high-quality educational programs. What makes an IB education unique? Alumni, educators, supporters, and more than 1 million students and their families every year, working together to make a better world through education.
Okay, so I hope that that video gave you an opportunity to learn a little more about the IB program. As the video discussed, the IB, it does span across pretty much kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade in high school, where the students are able to take college level courses in their high school and earn college credit prior to even graduating. So the IB focuses heavily on interdisciplinary connections, student-centered learning, 21st century skills that the students are going to be able to take with them from school into the real world. So if you're wondering why IB, the mission to really develop students from the inside out to create a better and more peaceful world, to encourage interdisciplinary connections and international mindedness, all while providing students with a rigorous foundation, is really why the IB program has been so successful internationally. The program, through our courses, through all the classes that students take, they're encouraged to make connections throughout their courses, but also to make connections with the world around them, to apply what they're learning in the classroom outside of the classroom as well, so that they can think globally and act locally, so that they can have a positive impact on their own educational experience and on the world around them. So really, we're looking at building that foundation at the middle school level to provide students with what they need to be successful in high school, college, and then life beyond their educational career. And one thing that it really is so important to mention is that through the IB program at the diploma level in high school, they are able to essentially start college as a sophomore should they earn their IB diploma, which saves a significant amount of time, but even more a significant amount of money for our students. So what this means as a student at Middle River Middle School, as an IB MYP student, is that the teachers are working to make connections all the time. They're collaborating with each other so that everyone knows what is going on in the different classes, and so that they can then make connections with the students learning outside of the classroom, so that a student doesn't go to language arts class and only think about reading and writing. Their teachers are also working to bring in what they're learning about in science and what they're learning about in math, and then what they're seeing on TV in the afternoons as well. We are very dedicated to student-centered learning, so we recognize that our students are inquirers, and we push for them to be asking the questions and finding the answers, so the teachers are really just facilitating on the side. And one of our most important goals is to develop students who are independent, responsible, and productive global citizens. So how do we do this? Sorry about the lag there. How do we do this? We do this through all of our classes being magnet classes. So your students joining at Middle River Middle School, they are working together to engage. There are so many collaborative learning projects for kids to participate in. We also are always bringing in supplemental materials and supplemental experiences to support the learning at Middle River. We have a variety of academic programs. All of our students are getting the standard BCPS courses, but then they are getting kind of enhanced through the IB MYP framework. That is how our teachers are working together to plan units and plan lessons that are relevant to the students' real lives and to the classes around them and to the world around them. We also offer advanced academic coursework. And then we really get into some of our special courses. We offer visual arts and performing arts, and our IB students, our students at Middle River, will take part in both visual and performance arts at some point in their middle school career. Typically, students in BCPS only take either art or music, but our students will get both throughout their career so that they can become even more well-rounded learners who have more experiences. We offer PE and health, we offer engineering by design, we offer multimedia, and we have our very own TV studio in our building. We offer AVID at the 7th and 8th grade level to begin that college prep process already. We also offer Effective Learning Habits, which is kind of a precursor to AVID and really helps to encourage our students to be independent learners who are ready to tackle all of their subject areas. And then we also have academic support classes for various learners as well. So one thing that makes us different is our fine arts classes at Middle River. We have expanded our arts, and so we have not just visual art, and then you have band and chorus, but we also offer world music where our students learn to play the guitar, and we also have a brand new dance studio where our students are able to also take dance classes at Middle River. We offer both French and Spanish to all grade levels at Middle River. We also offer a heritage speaking class for some of our native Spanish speakers who may not necessarily need to learn the basics when they arrive at Middle River. One thing that makes us very excited that we're able to offer to our students are our design courses, our design options. At Middle River Middle School, our students take a design course per the IB requirements every year. The courses that we offer are business computer science, multimedia, as well as engineering by design. And the students get exposed to these courses each year, and they are given the opportunity to specialize in one as well as they continue throughout their career. So let's take a closer look at those courses. In business computer science, our students are, in our engineering by design courses, our students are really working to tackle real world problems using problem solving skills, critical thinking skills, collaboration skills, and they're working very hands-on to solve these problems. They follow the IB design framework, so they are constantly hypothesizing, researching, troubleshooting, trying out all the different solutions that they can find for real-world problems that they see in society today. In our business computer science classes, students are really learning how to navigate technology. They're learning about the programs that are available to them. They're learning about how to structure a business plan. They're presenting to their classmates. They're working within both Microsoft and Google in their classes. And these skills, honestly, they really help them to be successful across the board in all of their classes. And then we also have our multimedia class. It's a big hit at our school. We have a video production studio. Our students produce the morning announcements through our multimedia club. In these, in the classes, our students are learning how to use all of the TV equipment. They're also learning what it means to be a journalist. They're learning what it means to communicate effectively in front of a camera and to help from behind the scenes as well. How can you be a effective member of like a production team from any angle? So we do have a video to share with you that was produced by our multimedia club. Even during virtual learning, they are working hard every week to produce our announcements, but they have put together a video for you all that really helps to get to the heart of why you might want to be a magnet student at Middle River Middle School.
Now, breaking news. Miss Schuler and Miss Judge need help on an IB magnet showcase. We have a real MRMS student here to explain why you should go to MRMS Middle School.
Hello there, 5th graders. I like being a Middle River Middle School student because sometimes it's a lot of fun doing work.
I like being at Middle River because it has a good feel of energy.
I liked my elementary school and it was fun, but Middle River Middle took it a step up. They made sure that you get all your grades good. They make sure that you are doing good in class, and the clubs, they're just amazing.
And one of the reasons she should come to Middle River Middle School is because the teachers and clubs, especially the clubs, are really fun to do.
There's a lot of clubs. Like I'm in the multimedia club this year. There's a dance team and they compete during multimedia. I actually had to go to the dance studio to get some behind the scenes footage of them doing the dance routine that they have.
It's a IB program that like a magnet school, and it's just really cool and different than other school in general.
And the counseling staff is amazing.
By the time I got to 6th grade, I found out that it was a very huge school. There are 3 buildings. 1, the gym building, 2, the main building, and 3, the music building. Man, you have a lot to walk through.
The teachers are really good.
And a cool teacher I know is Mr. Clock.
That Mr. Clock is the coolest teacher ever. Yes, he is in multimedia, and that's a fact that Mr. Clock is the best. I mean, the best. Oh, maybe not the best, actually.
Because he's wacky, he's fun.
Mr. Clock is a funny, one of the funny teachers, Mr. Clock. Some teachers are very funny sometimes. Like my math teacher, Miss Chisholm. She's like a comedian.
And Miss Clark with the E is my science teacher, is also awesome. And then Miss Clark with no E was my art teacher. She's fun. Students should apply for MRMS and it teaches them how to perseverance and be responsible and look after yourself. So just join. Join.
I know you can do it. Just believe in yourself.
And it's also actually really, really fun. I'm just saying.
I really do love being at Middle River, and there's no school I'd rather be in. Bye.
Okay, so thank you so much to our Multimedia Club for putting that together for us. I hope it gives you some insight into what it means to be a student at Middle River Middle School and why you might want to join us for continuing your educational career in Baltimore County Public Schools. So you might be wondering what makes us different aside from our super cool clubs and our super cool teachers and our design classes. But what really also makes us different are the elements of the IB that we focus on day in and day out at Middle River Middle School. So 3 major components of the IB, you've heard a little bit already about the IB learner profile, the 10 character traits that we really focus on throughout the students' time at Middle River to really help to develop students socially, emotionally, and academically. We also spend a significant amount of time starting the students off with the IB learner profile in 6th grade. In 6th, we have flex lessons once a month. So in 6th grade, our students spend 30 minutes to an hour a month learning about what it means to be an IB learner and how they can best showcase these traits. We also recognize our students monthly and weekly right now in this virtual world for really demonstrating the IB learner profile trait of the month. And then our 7th graders focus heavily on our approaches to learning skills. The approaches to learning skills are really the skills that students need to know and be able to do to be successful. The ATL skills, ATL for short, helps our students to learn how to learn. The skills help them to communicate, to organize, to conduct research, all of the little pieces that sometimes are missing when without direct instruction for skill-based, for specific skills. So 7th graders are building from the learner profile into the approaches to learning skills. And then in 8th grade, our students focus on completing the community project through the flex lessons. And the community project is anchored in not just the learner profile, not just the approaches to learning skills, but also the global contexts. And global contexts are weaved into all instruction, all IB instruction in our school to help our students to see the bigger picture, that it helps them see the relevance of what they're doing and what they're learning in the building so that they can think globally and act locally to make a better and more peaceful world. So I already talked a little bit about our IB learner profile, but the 10 traits are there on your screen. Our students work monthly to learn more and dig deeper into these traits, but our teachers are recognizing these learner profile traits daily in their classes. They're encouraging students to demonstrate that they're a thinker, that they're inquirers, that they're caring towards one another, but they're also making the connections with the learning. So for example, you know, when our 8th grade social studies teachers are digging into the founding fathers, they're looking at who was actually principled in the beginning, developing the beginning of our country, digging into what made so-and-so an inquirer. And by making those connections to the content and to the students, our students really are developing into successful IB learners. So at this point, we would like to pause for questions. And I don't think we have any right now. So at this time, I will turn the presentation over to Miss Katie Judge. She is our magnet coordinator at Middle River. She's my partner in all things at Middle River, and she is going to tell us a little more about the school, a little bit more about the magnet process, and some more about different opportunities you have at Middle River.
Good evening, everyone. As Carrie said, my name is Katie Judge. You have been getting some contact from me over the last few weeks in the form of a postcard and some emails. And I've spoken to many of your children at their schools. I'm going to give you some information about what life is like at Middle River Middle. So, for example, our typical day at Middle River, we start at 8 in the morning. Students go to their homeroom classrooms for breakfast and attendance, and then we have our special area classes during period 1. Now, we operate on an A-day, B-day schedule. Students will have 3 academic classes on an A-day and 1 special on an A-day, and then 3 separate academic classes on a B-day, as well as 1 special on a B-day. There are many ways that students can be involved at Middle River. We have just lots of clubs, and the kids did talk in the video about all the clubs that were available for our students at the school. The clubs also offer some opportunities for students that don't get to take classes in a particular area. So for example, if a student does not have multimedia for one particular semester, they're still able to join the multimedia club. Or if a student plays the trumpet in the band, but also would like to learn how to play guitar, we can work out, they can join that club as well. So we also offer many sports at our school. There's the middle school sports that are offered around the county. We have early bird intramurals. We do track and field, cross country, badminton, basketball, and tennis. And there are just lots of opportunities for students to get involved at school. One of the unique things that we offer that is unique to just a few magnet schools around the county is our Sylvan Learning STEM Camp. We have partnered with Sylvan Learning Centers to bring a really unique camp to our students. And the STEM camp allows students to actually kind of dig into engineering while also just exploring just problem solving in general. We did a makerspace camp one year where students solved problems using found materials. This past year we did a Connects camp where students just built different structures and tested them, rebuilt, redesigned, and just generally learned a lot about the design process and how engineering works. At Middle River, we are a PBIS school. That does mean that we focus on positive behavior. All of our students know our ROAR, where we are respectful, on task, achieving, and responsible. And for demonstrating those traits, they receive MR Prize in their classrooms, little tickets that they can trade in for things within their classrooms or some quarterly events. So in previous years, for example, we've had a spectacular field day. We've done a winter wonderland where students are able to trade their tickets into attendance for these really fun events. Okay, so now down to the magnet application process. BCPS does provide transportation at designated pickups for students that are zoned to the following schools. So if your child is zoned for one of these particular middle schools, they will automatically be assigned a bus to pick up at that particular bus stop. Typically, in previous years, the bus stop has been at the middle school, but that does change every year. So for example, on the next slide, I believe we have and it's very small. We do have a sample transportation schedule where we can see here that there's drop-off times at different schools, and the actual bus stop is the zoned middle school. So if your child was zoned to attend Stemmers Run Middle School, that is where the bus stop would be. We do not know the bus stops for next year just yet, but that has been what the bus stops have looked like the previous few years. Keep in mind that for magnet schools, the buses pick up students earlier in the morning and drop off students later in the day. It runs outside of the normal bus routes. And also keep in mind that parents are responsible for getting their children to the bus stop and pick them up from the bus stop. They cannot take a neighborhood bus to Stemmers Run, for example, and then jump on the bus there. Okay, so that is what our typical transportation schedule looks like. Okay, we're ready to move on. All right, so our application cycle. The magnet brochures are available on the BCPS Magnet Programs website. The application is also available as well. I find it to be really easy just to Google BCPS magnet applications, and it's the first link that pops up is the magnet application. You are able to apply to 3 programs, and the applications must be submitted by 1 p.m. on November 6th. There are absolutely no late exceptions or no late applications accepted. So please, if you're interested, make sure that you have your application in by that date. If you have any questions, I am on the right side of this picture. I'm Katie Judge. I'm the magnet coordinator, and I do questions usually pertaining to out-of-zone transportation, student registration, the application process, and general questions about our magnet program. Carrie Schuler, who you saw speak a few minutes ago, she is the IB coordinator. If you have questions about the programming itself, curriculum implementation, or anything about generally the IB program, she is the one to contact, and our contact information is on the screen. And really, we like to think of ourselves as a place where you can start your journey. So your student's path can start with us because we offer such a wide and multifaceted program that your children will be ready to go to any magnet high school or non-magnet high school that really appeals to them. They will have the skills that they need to be successful in those programs. So as we like to say at Middle River, your path starts here. I don't know that there is any questions right now. No. And so we're ready to move back to Mrs. Parker.
All right, thank you, Ms. Judge and Ms. Schuler for sharing all of the information related to our magnet program this evening. We encourage you to visit our website. On our website, if you look, just check around our website, you'll see some videos and some things that we put together for our incoming 6th graders that might give you a little peek inside our building since you weren't actually able to visit our building during this closure. But we do look forward to seeing applications from all of you. Remember, as Ms. Judge said, you can choose up to 3 schools to apply to. Please reach out to Ms. Judge or Ms. Schuler regarding the application process. They are the experts and will be able to answer any questions that you have. So once again, thank you for spending some time to learn a little bit more about Middle River Middle School, and we look forward to seeing those applications come in. So thanks again and have a great rest of your evening.